Good afternoon, students. Today we are going to start with a new topic in our subject, that is MEFA, Managerial Economics and Financial Analysis. So today's topic is relationship with economics. That means how managerial economics is related with what are the other disciplines in the market. So managerial economics is also not only with engineering, it also having a good discipline with accounting, operations, research, mathematics, computer science, decision making, even in management. All these are the things what we are going to learn in today's class. Now we'll start with the topic relationship of managerial economics with other disciplines. Here, what does it mean? The meaning has or the concept has been given in the paragraph. You can see here on the screen. Managerial economics has a close linkage with other disciplines and fields of study. The subject has gained by the interaction with economics, mathematics, and statistics, and has drawn upon management theory and accounting concepts. Managerial economics integrated concepts and methods from these disciplines and brings them to bear on managerial problems. Here it means that, and it is a clear concept that managerial economics not only deals with one part or one discipline, it's also deal with economic itself only, with economics, mathematics, statistics, management, accounting, and some other parts also. Now, I'll show you the picture so that it will be easy for you to understand the managerial economics with other disciplines. See here, uh, just prolong it, I'll make it wide so that it will be easy for understandable for one and all. Yeah, see, this is managerial decision problem. This is managerial economics. It deals with economic theory. Economic theory consists of microeconomics, macroeconomics. Managerial economics also deals with decisions making, like towards a mathematical economics persons and management decision problems and optimal solutions managerial decision problem. Not only that, managerial economics application itself of economic theory and decision tools to solve managerial decisions problems. So what are the things are there? We will learn one by one in the disciplines of managerial economics. That means managerial economics not only deals with economics, for other subjects also how it is related and how it's effective. Let's see. Now here we are having 7 stages. Managerial economics have the relationship with economics, with management theory and accounting, managerial economics and mathematics, managerial economics and statistics, managerial economics and operations research, managerial economics and the theory of decision making, and last, managerial economics and computer science. So we will go one by one. First one is managerial economics with economics, how it is related. Let's see. Now, in this, I will show you here. Let me go for the big one here. Yeah, here managerial economics is nothing but the relationship between managerial economics and the economics theory may be viewed from the point of view of the two approaches. Those are nothing but the microeconomic and the macroeconomic. Microeconomics talks about the price theory, whereas the macroeconomics talk about the income theory. These two theories we have learned in the last class. Now, how microeconomics is the study of economics? Let's see. Microeconomics is the study of the economics, behavior of individuals, Firms means here organizations and other such microorganisms. Managerial economics is rooted in macroeconomic theory. Second thing, managerial economics makes use to several microeconomic concepts such as marginal cost, marginal revenue, elasticity of demand, as well as price theory and theories of market structure, to name only a few. That means in our third unit and fourth unit we are having marginal cost. What in by marginal cost? What in by marginal revenue? Elasticity of demand. That means in the practical problems will be there where you will be able to understand. It means that managerial economics is related to economics as well as to the financial term. That means microeconomics, pricing theory, pricing and income theory, how it is related. So with the help of the economic only we are coming to know that this much profit we are getting, this much loss we are bearing. All these things will be talks about the economics only. Economics is nothing but satisfying the needs and wants of the customers also, to bring up the with marginal cost or with the marginal price or with the suitable expenditure. So all these things are there in this approach. By this we can say that economics is related with the microeconomics and macroeconomics. Now it means managerial economics deals with the analysis of national income. How, what is our national income, what is the GDP, what is the NNP, what is the GNP, what is the gross per capita income, all these. That means the level of employment we can say. What is the level of employment, how much percentage of employment is there in the country, how much people are unemployment, how many people are in search of jobs or studying. All the data it talks about, it will give you the clear picture by analyzing the economics. Not only that, it talks about the general price level. What is the price level of a commodity, what it should be and how it should have, either it should have to increase or decrease by seeing the demand of the customers. What are the essential goods of the country, like for example onion, rice, wheat, pulses, cereals. These are the important subsidies, or what we can say that these are the essential goods of the country. Onions, something. So all this talks about the general price level. Now consumption and investment in the economy. Who are the consumptions and what is the investment level by the public in the country? And even matters related to international trade, that means import and export via from country to country. It talks about the money and public finance, etc. That means money is nothing but what's the custom taxes, what is the per capita income, and what is the currency rate. For example, Indian 1 rupee is equal to 35 rupees for Vietnam. Some changes, almost it's nearly 200 rupees in Vietnam, but whereas one Kuwaiti dinar is equal to 240 rupees of India. So these are the differences in the money, are the differences in the price level, or the employment we can say. So all by saying these pictures, by saying these figures, or by saying this assumption and analysis, we can say that managerial economics deals with economics. It has a clear relationship. Now we will go for the second one, managerial theory and accounting. How managerial economics is related with accounting. Let's see. Managerial economics has been influenced by the developments in management theory and accounting techniques. Accounting refers to the recording of pecuniary transactions of the firm in certain books. A proper knowledge of accounting techniques is very essential for the success of the firm because profit maximization is the major objective of the firm. See here it has been mentioned clearly in clear words that ME, that means managerial economics, has the influence of development in management theory. What do you mean by management theory? Like MBS people will be there. How the management takes place in the top level, middle level in the company, they will manage all the goods. So what the theory they are taking? That means accounting techniques. What is the pricing we have to do? What sort of, whether we have to give the discounts or we have to give the coupons, or what are the pricing promotions we have to do? All these things related upon the accounting techniques, like either we have to be, there should be a tax in it or not, tax added or before tax, what is the income tax, before after tax, what is the income tax, or everything. It talks about the general concept. When we are going for the general problems of the company, you will come to know what does it mean in practical life. Now according refers to the totally, it's a recording of peculiar transactions. What are the transactions, like per day, what are the, which money is coming, which money is going. That means how the money is coming, which sources, either it is an income, or it's in rent, or it's in sales, or it is a fixed asset, or it's whatever the source of income, how we are generating. And the same thing, how, what sort of expenditures are taking place, or what sort of expenses are taking place. So that will be a recorder that will keep the recording. So accounting means what? Keeping the recording of the financial terms. So when we are saying what thing is coming, how much income is coming, from where it is coming, how it is generated, we are keeping a record. On the another hand, what are the expenditures are there, and what is the source of recording, all the things. That means it is uh, for the long term or for the short term or for the small purpose, like the liabilities will be there for sometimes long small one, like repairs and maintenance of a vehicle, short term. Sometimes the rent will be there for a long term, it will be there. So all these things will be recorded in a book, because that's the reason we are saying that managerial economics also deals with accounting. Now let's know another. In the paragraph it has been mentioned clearly that a proper knowledge of accounting techniques is very essential for the success of firms, because profit maximization is a major objective of the firm. Every organization, their main motto is to maximize the profit and minimize the losses. To maximize the profit, what they should have to keep the record, or they have to check the record of the budget every year or per annum. What are the things they have to do? They have to generate that how much income is generating from which part of the department or part of our business, and after that they will do the further decisions on it, either we have to increase the sales or we have to decrease the employees or expenditures or everything. After analysis only they can go for it. That's the reason every company are looking for the accounting persons to keep their maintenance in record. So the by here we can say that managerial economics also deals with the accounting theory. Another one, managerial economics requires a proper knowledge of cost and revenue information and their classification. That means managerial economics talks about and it requires the proper knowledge of cost. What is the cost? What is the liability? What is the revenue or income generation? Totally, it should be classified. It should be a clear concept that how much, from where we are getting the income, from where we are losing our money. All this should be keep properly recorded. So this kind of knowledge is nothing but accounting, and accounting is related. That means managerial economics is also related with this kind of knowledge. That means we can say that it's having great relationship with accounting. Now, a student of managerial economics should be familiar with the generation, interpretation, and use of accounting data. The focus of accounting within the firm is first challenging from the concept of store keeping to that if managerial decision making. This has resulted in a new specialized area of study called managerial accounting. So a person who is pursuing the managerial economics, who is ME, managerial economics student, he should be familiar. That means he should have the concept and knowledge of generating interpretation and use of accounting data. What are the things are coming, like triple column cash book, trading account, profit and loss account, balance sheet, BRS, bank reconciliation statement, checking of cash book and passbook, differentiating both the terms. These things talks about nothing but making the managerial economics. So whatever the form is fast changing from the concept of storekeeping. So all this and take the decision, managerial decision takes place. Now we will go for the another one, that is managerial economics and mathematics. How managerial economics is related with the economics also we will see here in this paragraph. So if you see here, it has been mentioned the use of mathematics is significant for managerial economics in view of its profit maximization goal along with optional use of resources. And the clear concept has been mentioned that means the why do we use mathematics? We use mathematics for addition and subtraction. That means adding or removing or multiplying or dividing the profit or losses. So here managerial economics, when you are talking about the profit and loss, we need the calculation part also. So that's the reason the mathematical is significant for managerial economics in view of profit maximization goal long term with no optimal use of resources. That means whatever the resource we are having, optimum, best. So within that we have to allocate it and we have to utilize that in a proper way, and we have to generate the profit. So we need the calculation part. So best of the best, we have to go for it. Now the major problem of the firm is how to minimize the account. Every organizations nowadays they are facing the problem how to minimize the account, how to take out the liabilities from the organization. Another thing, how to maximize the profit or how to optimize sales. That means how to maximize the profit and how to optimize the sale. That means increase the sale. When the sale is increased, automatically will generate the income or profit. Once we are getting the income and profit, then we can increase our business in some other part or in the same one with the another branch. So all these things we need the calculation part. With the help of mathematics only we can do that. So we are saying that managerial economics also deals with mathematics. Now mathematical concepts and techniques are widely used in economic logic to solve these problems. So not only that, another one, mathematical symbols are more convenience to handle and understand various concepts like incremental cost, elasticity of demand, etc. Geometry, algebra, and calculus are the major branches of mathematics which are of use in managerial economics. See, like geometry, algebra, and calculus, whatever the calculation part is there, which is a part of mathematics, the same thing we need to calculate our accounting, like mathematical concepts like increment, or accounting concepts like incremental cost or elasticity of demand. So we have to go either we have to increase or decrease. Decrease means minus. When we are saying increasement, the place will be added. Surplus, surcharge, all these things will be there. We have to be calculated. So we are saying that managerial economics also a discipline of managerial economics is a discipline of mathematics. Or mathematics is a discipline of managerial economics. Now we'll go for the next term, that is how the management economics related to the operations research. Operations research means what? Whatever that means operations research provide a scientific model of the system, and it helps managerial economics in the field of product development, material management, and inventory control, quality control, marketing, and demand analysis. That means totally research is taking place. Operations, what are the starting point of the business to the ending point of the business, what are the activities are taking place towards a scientific model. It helps in managerial economics or economist in the field of production development. What product we should have to develop, what is the material, how we have to manage the material, what how you are going to control the inventory, how you have to control the quality, how we have to go for the marketing and data analysis. All these things will be recorded in the firm. So these the firms are nowadays they are going for the operations research to analyze the data in the market. After that they will invest, or they are going to launch their product, or they are going for the new features with their product. Not only that, another point that the varied tools of operations research are helpful to managerial economics and decision making. With the help of the data or the analysis, we can the marketing manager or the managerial economics persons is able to take their decision. Yeah. Now another thing, it is mentioned clearly that they are able to understand, that means what sort of decision they have to take. The decision nothing but depends on the raw material. For example, the suppliers are very less what to do. Either we have to go with another supplier with merging, or by taking advance or giving uh, advance, what it may be, or we have to purchase, or we have to stop the product, or we have to make less quantity, or we have to go and join or merge with another suppliers. All these things, the decisions will be taking place. Either what the price, what the expense is taking place, either it is coming within our price or not, either we can increase the price or not. All these decisions and analysis will be taking place in the operations research. That's the reason we are saying that manager economics is related, is one of the discipline for operations research and decision for the sake of decision making. So managerial economics is one of the approach or one of the discipline of operations research. Why? Because here in the operations research we are taking out the data, analysis it, and we are taking the decision on that. So here also, while in the managerial economics, whatever the funds are taking place, whatever the analysis we are taking, we also take the decision on it to take the final decision by the market people. Now another thing is managerial economics and mathematics or statistics here. No, before that, yeah, statistics. Now managerial economics needs to needs the tools of statistics in more than one way. That means managerial economics people need the tools of statistics. What are the tools of statistics? Like they are having statistics, mm, correlation, regression, and problems will be their statistics, skewness, mean, median, mode. All these things will be taking place in the statistics. So chi-square, z-test, t-test, ANOVA test, hypothesis, all these things are coming in the hypothesis for one way. Now another one, a successful businessman must correctly estimate the demand for his product. A correct person or the right business person or a successful business person, now what always he will do, he should have to estimate, he should have to identify what is the value or what is the demand of his product. After knowing that, he should be able to analyze the impact of variations in taste, fashion, and changes in income on demand. Only then he can adjust his output. After knowing his output only the business is successful and the correct business person will be survive in the market after knowing what is the different variations of the customers towards the color, taste, pattern, packaging, labeling, fashions, quantity, quality, all these things will be taking place. Now that's the reason we are saying that the statistics tools which are giving the data, it is useful in the managerial economics. So managerial economics also deals with statistics. Now statistical methods provide and serve sure base for decision making. Thus statistical tools are used in collecting data and analysis them to help in the decision making process. See here, it has been mentioned clearly that statistical methods provide and show base for decision making. Thus, statistical tools are used in collecting data and analyzing them to help in the decision making process. So, with the help of statistical methods, are the decisions, that means the data which we are giving as a basement for taking the decisions. Statistical tools are used in collecting the data and analyzing them. After collecting the data, they will analyze it, and after analyzing the data, they will get the result. And with the help of the result, it is helpful for them to take the decision. So this is known as decision making process. Now, managerial economics also makes use of correlation and multiple regression in related variables like price and demand to estimate the extent of dependence of one variable to the other. The theory of probability is very useful in problems involving uncertainty. Yeah, future risk, uncertainty, natural calamities. Sometimes what will happen, all these things will a risk. This kind of problems will come in future. To come with all these problems, we need the manager economics will provide the data and it is useful in correlations, all multiple regulations, probability, uncertainty of problems. So with the help of these problems, they will find out the solution and they will it will be helpful for them to take that decision at the right time with the right appropriate person. So with this statement we can say that statistics also deals with them, that means managerial economics disciple is statistics. Statistics is one of the disciplines of the managerial economics. Now we will go for the next term, that is managerial economics and the theory of decision making. How managerial economics is related to the theory of decision. The theory of decision making is a new field of knowledge growth in the second half of this century. As you know that most of the economic theories explain a single goal for the consumer, that is profit maximization for him. But the theory of decision making, yeah, I'm sorry, but the theory of decision making is developed to explain multiplicity of goals and lot of uncertainty. So what does it mean? Here it has been mentioned clearly that most of the economic theories explains in a single goal for the consumer. That means what is the main thing to satisfy the customer. So what are the things we needed? That means profit maximization for the firm. What company need profits, and what's the theory of decision making is developed to explain the multiplicity of goals and lots of uncertainty. What are the goals are there of the company? With the help of decision, we can take the decision either we are reaching to our decision or not. If yes, okay. If not, what to do. And there's sometimes what will happen, some uncertainty. Unfortunately, some things will happen within the company or country, so we have to take proper decision for coming up with those problems and we have to work on it. So this process we can say that managerial economics also help to take the decision theory. That means decision, it helps in taking the decision. Now as such, these new branches of knowledge is useful to business firms which have to take quick decision in case of multiple goals. Not only that, in the last paragraph they had mentioned clearly that viewed this way, the theory of decision making is more practical and application oriented than the economic theories. Now what they are saying, the theory of decision making is more practical. It is more practical. Why? Because depending on the decisions only the company will take the actions. If our small decision is wrong, then it will affect the whole organization. It will affect the whole organization of like marketing means a product. The whole product will ruin. Place where the we have manufactured the time, money, efforts, all has gone from whom. That means our target customers will lose. Our target customers also, we won't get the sympathy from the customer side also. All these things should have to keep in mind and we have to work on it. And all this data is giving us the data which is useful for taking the decision on multiple goals. Now Yeah, another one, last one here, they are saying, viewed this way, the theory of decision making is more practical and application oriented than the economic theories. Whatever the economic theories they are saying, it is more implicant. That means decision making is more practical. In the practical life, it has been mentioned clearly. So many people have got success in their life, and many people have lose their business because of wrong decision. And because of the right decision by the right people, they have reached to the skies in the world. Now, by this view, we can say that managerial economics is also the discipline of decision making theory. Last one, managerial economics and computer science. How managerial economics is related with computer science, or how computer science is also using the managerial economics in their subject. Now, computers have changed the way of the world functions, and economic or business activities is no exemption. Now, what they are saying that computers has changed the world, their functions. What are the functions of the world was there? What was the economic or the business activities? No exemption. The new world has gone changed. There was in the olden days, there were the coins, notes were there, but now e-currency is there, electronic pay time, Google Pay, all these things are there, which are they are getting the changes. Function of these are the functions of the world. It is totally changing now. Computers are used in data and accounts maintenance, inventory and stock controls, and supply and demand predictions. As we were discussing that. Uh, Computers nowadays are maintaining, that means in the previous slide just I have shown you that how uh, the managerial economics is related with the accountancy. What are the records they are keeping? Nowadays they are not recording in the book or in the paper, they are keeping records. All the managerial economics accounting bookings taking place in the computer or in the system, which is one of the new ideal inventory, we can say, or it is the computer science part. So managerial economics deals with computer science also. Computers are used in data and accounts maintaining inventory and stock controls and supply and demand predictions. Whatever the maintenance is there, inventory is there, stock controls are there, and supply is there, demand predictions are there. Depending on this, all the data is recorded in the computer. There's a reason managerial economics is also deals with the computer science. Now, what used to take days and months is done in a few minutes or hours by the computers. That means in the olden days when all the records will be there in the manual form, it used some time, money, efforts, and place also, distance also for communicating. But nowadays what happened? We are saving our minutes, hours, weeks, months, or sometimes years, because all that data is required and kept in the computer. That's the reason we are taking out the data whenever we are in need and we are exposing to the public. Like that, in the olden days, there were no computers was there, and no recording system was there. They had to record in the manual or in the inscriptions, like on a copper plate or on the skin of the animals, or sometimes on the metal or material. So it, once they lost it, it will be lost. But whereas even if you lose it, the data will be stored in the computer. Can take out the duplicate copy or the triple copy from the marketers, and we can utilize our property on the same basis. Now, another one is that in most countries, a basic knowledge of computer science is compulsory program for managerial trainees who will become the managerial economics. They need the managerial technique. Then only they are going to get the job in that country and that part. Another thing, in many countries like nowadays, what they are doing, basic knowledge of computer science, because no one should have to cheat them to their country peoples. They are in such in that way of intention. Another thing, computer science compulsory program for managerial trainees who are at the managerial level. They need computer knowledge. It's compulsory, or else another people will come and make you fool. So before becoming a fool, we should. It's the duty of the managerial trainee that, excuse me, he should have to take the decision on it, and he should have to know the knowledge of computer science. Depending on the knowledge of the computer science only, they are able to provide the training. With the help of these trainings, they are going to earn the money. Money is nothing but economics. That's the reason we are saying that managerial economics also deals with computer science engineering. Yeah. Now coming to the how managerial economics is useful to engineering. What are the parts are related? Every part is related. Above, what are the things we have discussed? It is related with the engineering only. So all those concepts you can utilize in the uh, disciples of engineering. Now, cost analysis is special deals with the various cost concept in earlier practical usefulness in marginal decision making. Now, pricing analysis is a core concept of managerial economics. It plays an important role in profit planning. The success of a firm depends upon correct price decisions taken by it. So it has been mentioned clearly that cost analysis will be especially listed in the various cost of concept. So if you are having ABC D are the supplies of the raw materials for our manufacturing unit. So what we will do, we will keep the record. Who is providing the quality of good with cheap cost, within the time delivery is there, all this data. So the cost, we will compare the cost analysis or the quotations of the various suppliers to our company or industry. So we can say that the analysis of the cost also depends, it is helpful for us for taking the decision of our products. The engineers in the engineering level, they should have to analyze the cost, how much it takes, how much it costs. Either we can save it or we should have to lose it. If they are not focusing on the cost, then there will be chances the company is losing their assets or money or cash with the wrong person. So that's the reason we are saying that pricing analysis is a core concept of managerial economics. It plays an important role in profit planning. To plan the profit, how much employees are in need of, how much raw materials is in need of, what sort of technology or some methods we have to use, what sort of machineries are we have to get it, how we are going to make the output of the product, how we are going to sell it, how we are going to advertise it, how we are going to bring the awareness in the minds of the customers. All these changes, all these abilities will be taking place by the engineer persons, so they have to play the role. That means how much amount is needed for the raw materials to the finished goods, they will calculate it in a such a way. Now we will go for another slide. Now cost analysis specially deals with the various cost concepts and their practical usefulness in managerial decision making. And pricing analysis is nothing but it's a core concept of managerial economics. It plays an important role in profit planning. The success of a firm depends upon correct price decision taken by it. So analyzing the cost control should be there, and pricing analysis should be there. What is the price of, we have to calculate what are the expenditures do we have, what are the amount do we have, how much amount we have invested, how much amount has been taking place for the manufacturing, are the expenditures, are the expenses for it. So depending on this they will take the decision. So we are saying that engineers are also, that means cost analysis and pricing analysis also help in engineering to find out the price of the product or the metallic or the technical term. Now managerial economics is not being used by an engineer who might be in a developing, testing, designing job, but for an engineer few basic management subjects are being taught to reduce the gap of understanding level when he meets his management or a client who tells their requirement. By having this kind of knowledge, the engineer can do a good value engineering. Here in the paragraph they had mentioned clearly, and the complete complex, that means complete process of managerial economics is how it is important to the engineering. When you are going for the engineering term, when you ask for the requirements, your manager level or the subordinates will ask you to bring so and so quantity of amount of the material. So if do you have the knowledge, when you are having the knowledge of the management, when you are having the knowledge of accounting, when you are having the knowledge of operations research, when you are having the knowledge of mathematical background, all these things are related with the managerial economics, you are able to fulfill the requirements of your client. Then by having this kind of knowledge, an engineer can go for the good valuable engineering. Quality valuable output result will come at the end. So that's the reason we are saying that most favorite thing for the management is to learn the managerial economics in the engineering part. So by this we can be able to understand that how managerial economics deals and affects and how it is useful for engineering persons. I hope students you have understand the concept. In the next class we are going to learn about the basic concepts of managerial economics. After that we are going to finish first unit and we are going to start the next unit, that is second unit, very soon. Have a nice day. Thank you for listening, and please mention your roll numbers in the comment box for attendance. Thank you.